A great DJ can really set the tone of your wedding, but there are a few options you have before choosing your perfect entertainment for your wedding. I'm here with Peter Welter from Welter Entertainment. And Peter, tell me about some of the options brides have when choosing their entertainments.
When seeking entertainment, brides have many options, from a band to live music to a DJ or an actual master of ceremonies. The main differences between DJs and master ceremonies when pursuing that avenue is that a DJ will tend to show up, play music, very simple, no thrills, more considered as just music. A master of ceremonies, however, is going to be your entertainment director. He's going to be your music specialist, the host of the evening, representing the bride and groom to all of their families and their friends. And so you're going to experience much more personalized service with a master of ceremonies than you will perhaps with any other form of entertainment.
Now, does that come with the DJ package? Is there a package, or how does that work?
Well, offerings in our industry vary quite a bit. Everything from limited coordination, music, microphone, sound and lighting, to an actual hands-on personal experience, one that involves the master of ceremonies or the entertainer working directly with the bride and groom, planning their wedding exactly the way they envisioned, so when it's all said and done, it comes together perfectly.
What's the style and feel difference between having maybe a live band versus a DJ and MC?
There are several differences between live music and master ceremonies, DJ, entertainment. Bands have a stage presence. People look to them and say, wow, that's live entertainment, and it's great. Master ceremonies takes more of a lower key role in providing the ambiance and the music without being the entertainment. And many brides aren't seeking a show for the wedding. They want their guests to be entertained, yet still have it fun and lively. And
still kind of have the focus on them, because it is about them that day. What about the price range between having an MC and a DJ, or just one or the other, or a band? I mean, what's the range?
Well, for a lesser experienced DJ or part-time employee of a company, the range can be $500 to $800, give or take. But if you want a true master of ceremonies, a director of entertainment, you can expect fees to start about $1,200 and go up from there. It tops out at about $5,000, but I believe that their fee is a direct reflection of what they think they're worth, what their talent level and their skill of their craft are, too.
So what should a bride be asking to figure these things out when she's looking for the perfect MC? How does she know that they're qualified, or that they are going to do a great job at their reception?
Sure. Well, as Sir Francis Bacon had quoted, that knowledge is power. And having that knowledge before making a decision is definitely a key for a bride to make sure they have all the information before them and then make the right choice that fits their personality, their style, their budget. Besides asking how much do you charge and do you have my date available, I would ask to see some recent references from the actual person who's going to be performing at their wedding. How much experience do they have? And will I actually get to meet my DJ? Larger multi-app companies employ many DJs, so you may not know who you're getting until the week of your wedding. Worse yet, you may encounter a bait and switch. With single owner operators, you know who's serving you, and their attention to your event is evident with every detail. You should also ask if this is their full-time profession or just a side job. You'll be able to gain insight into their accountability with this too. And finally, as you were asking earlier, is do they have a video to show? Because a lot of brides want to see you in action. It gives the bride a chance to actually see what the person sounds like on the mic, appearance, their mannerisms, how they deal with the crowd and such. And I would consider it just a sample of the work, because many DJs are one style personality. That's what they do. And so it's kind of a Mick wedding, if you will. Whereas others, more experienced veterans, are going to be able to adapt more and really embrace what their client is seeking and deliver that to them.
What actually qualifies them to be a great MC and DJ?
I don't think there's a number that will tell you after 10 years you've achieved this. It's the passion that they have for their craft. It's what they apply to it that really helps enrich each event. So obviously the longer they've been doing it, if they still have the love for what they do, it's definitely evident. It shows. The guests see it, the bride and groom sees it, everybody is able to read that to say, wow, you must love your job.
So how do you let a bride kind of customize her music styles to fit her wedding? Do they give you a list of songs that they like? How does that work?
The questions that I ask brides go well beyond just the music requests. Music does play a big role in their celebration. It's the emotion. It's the next time you hear that song, it takes you back to that celebrational day. So with the music requests, I invite them to share their favorites with me, if perhaps a top 10 list or songs they would definitely love to hear. On the flip side, I ask them specifically if there's any songs that they prefer not to be played. For example, songs that may remind them of a past boyfriend, girlfriend, recently passed loved one, because that's a different emotion you don't want to have brought into that day. So specifically questions with music like that, incorporated with everything else. What's their style? What's their comfort level of dancing? So that I'm not putting them in a position that they may look back and say, why did he do that to me, you know? Finding out ways that we can add their style, their personality into the evening so that the guests see it as all about them.
What should a bride expect from you on the day of her wedding?
When I initially meet with the bride and groom, it's a meet and greet. It's an opportunity to interview each other to find out if we're the right match. Well beyond, seeking the actual contract from a bride, I look to see if we connect, if our personalities blend, if there's ways that I can help them achieve their end goal, and if that connection is made, then we retain communication between that point and the day of their wedding, so that they have a direct line of communication with me. As the planning comes all together, we work as a team, so there's no unanswered questions, there's no assuming, there's no guessing. Every detail has already been covered, and backup equipment is brought as well, so if the unforeseen takes place, you're prepared. Any professional should be prepared enough to have all bases covered. So the bride is expecting you to deliver everything that you've already promised, and you're there to do so. And you're covered in case of whatever should take place, but more importantly, the focus and the attention you've devoted to that individual client is going to all come into fruition during that day.
How much time in advance do you need to make sure that you're prepared for their wedding?
What the bride doesn't see is the hours of time it takes to script, to collect music, to create their event for them. So the actual day of the event, of the 4, 5, 6 hours that you're performing, all the prep time beforehand allows you to deliver specifically what you've promised. So you can invest 30, 40 hours into planning a wedding, and many brides, when they hear that, they're like, are you crazy? I mean, that's a full-time job. It's exactly, because the importance of your event to me dictates so, that I don't want to go in half prepared or hoping for the best. I want to be right on focus and able to deliver exactly what they're hoping for.
Well, thank you, Peter. Peter
My
Welter
pleasure.
from Welter Entertainment.